Hello everyone, welcome to Legacy IAS Academy. Recently, Tamil Nadu Chief Minister M.K. Stalin has been very vocal about the imposition of Hindi on the non-Hindi speaking states. So in this context, we will analyze in this video what is the historical perspective of the Official Languages Act of 1963 and 1967 and what are the disadvantages of imposing a language on the other states. So we will analyze the context now. The context is, you can see here, the Parliamentary Committee on the Official Language, a committee was set up post-independence. So this committee, Parliamentary Committee on the Official Language, has given a recommendation, and the M.K. Stalin here has been very vocal about this recommendation given by the Parliamentary Committee on the Official Language to the central government. Okay, so in this context, we will look at what are the recommendations, few recommendations given by the Parliamentary Committee on the Official Language. You can see here, the M.K. Stalin, the Tamil Nadu Chief Minister, says the newspaper have come out with the report has recommended that English to be replaced by Hindi as a medium of instruction in all the central institutions. Like for example, in the AIMS and in the IITs and NITs, even for the technical education and the education of medicine, the report says that the English has to be replaced by Hindi, and the Chief Minister is against this. Okay, so and he also says the 8th schedule of the Indian Constitution says that there are 22 languages, including the Tamil, entitled to the equal rights, and Hindi is also one of these. And remember, English is not a part of these official languages. These 22 languages under the 8th schedule, English has no mention here. So these are the two important takeaways then we'll have to take from the recommendation of the Parliamentary Committee on the Official Languages. So where did this all start from? Okay, let's analyze where it all started from. Before that, let's have a brief idea about what is this Official Language Committee, the Parliamentary Committee on the Official Language. What is this? According to the Official Language Act of 1963, a committee has to be set up periodically in order to examine the use of Hindi and to advance the use of Hindi in the national usage. So this committee was established in the year 1976, and this was recommended by the Official Languages Act of 1963. And you can see here, this committee consists of 30 members. Out of this, 20 members are elected by the Lok Sabha and 10 members are elected by the Rajya Sabha. And this is the functioning, or this is the objective of the committee. When did the controversy start? When did all this story start from? See, post-independence, in the Constituent Assembly debates, if you go through, we will have a debate between 4 languages in order to consider a language as the official language. Sanskrit, Urdu, Hindi and English were the 4 languages that were in race in order to become the official language. But English was ruled out because it had a colonial legacy. Sanskrit was ruled out because it was not a mainstream language. Urdu was ruled out because Pakistan had adopted Urdu as their official language, and if India also does that, then probably it would have sent a wrong message, and the only language that remained was Hindi. So Hindi was declared as the official language. According to Article 343 of the Constitution, Hindi was declared as an official language for the official use, and along with Hindi, it was decided for the next 15 years, English will continue as the official language. So post 15 years, so in the year 1950, these things happened. So 1964 and 1965, a committee has again had to be set up in order to examine the use of English or the continuation of the English further. So this was the scenario in 1950. So according to Article 343 of the Constitution, the official language of the Indian Union shall be Hindi, okay, in the Devanagari script. So after 15 years, a committee has to be set up and the use of English has to stop. So this was the scenario. So what happened? The Constituent Assembly said after 15 years, Parliament may by law decide on the use of English and the use of Devanagari. So in the year 1965, unless and until a Parliament has voted against it, a committee has to set up and the use of English has to stop. So what happened? 1963, and this is the end of the Nehru's time period. We're talking about Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. And in the year 1959, Jawaharlal Nehru had made a promise to incorporate English or to continue English as the official language. But in the year 1963, when the Official Language Act was passed, this promise was broken. Okay, soon after the passage of the Official Language Act of 1963, in the year 1964, we have the death of Nehru and Lal Bahadur Shastri becomes the Prime Minister. So in the year 1965, there is a huge demand on the present Prime Minister, that is Lal Bahadur Shastri, in order to continue English and stop the imposition of Hindi. Okay, so this protest becomes very much violent. So in this violent protest, because of this violent protest, in the year 1967, a committee is set up and the Official Language Act of 1967 is passed. According to the Act of 1967, listen very carefully, the English continues to be the official language of India for the unlimited time. Okay, for the unlimited time, English continues to be the official language and English continues to be the medium of the communication between the center and the state. Okay, so this was the scenario. So post this, okay, post 1967 Official Language Act, there is a tendency by the central government and the Hindi hinterlands of the North India to impose Hindi on the non-Hindi speaking South Indian states. So it's a continuing. The settlement was reached in the year 1967. Okay, we have seen this. What is the present status? If Hindi had to be called as an official language, what is the present status of Hindi as of now? We can see here in this graph, Hindi a marginal force in the South India. You can see three important South Indian states, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka and Kerala. You can see the Hindi speaking population and you can see the native language speaking population. Okay, there is no difference, there is no comparison at all. The Hindi speaking population in Tamil Nadu, Karnataka and Kerala is very, very less compared to the people who speak the native language. Okay, this is one scenario. How many Indians can speak English? Okay, you have a graph here. Here you can see how many Indians are very much aware of English. This is one extremity of the data. Looking at one more thing, how is this imposition of Hindi happening over the years? You can see according to year 1962 census, according to this census, 30% of the people documented that Hindi is their mother tongue. Okay, 1962 census that we're talking about. 2011 census, you can see 44% people documented that Hindi is their mother tongue, which means around 50% of the Indian population can speak Hindi, can understand Hindi, can read Hindi, and they claim, around 50% of the people claim that Hindi is their official language or the mother tongue for that matter. Okay, so now what about the other 50% of the population? 50% claim that Hindi is their mother tongue. What about the other 50% of the population? And this 50% of the population basically belongs to the South Indian states. Okay, so this is the present status with respect to Hindi. See, let's look at three important issues that has happened in the past about the language. See, language is considered as an integral part of culture. Language is an identity. When this language is endangered, if any community tries to impose its language on the other community, there will be a retaliation, there will be a protest. So we saw that in the matter of West Pakistan versus East Pakistan, that is the present day Bangladesh and the Pakistan. So the West Pakistan, that is Bangladesh, tried to impose Urdu on the East Pakistan, that is Bangladesh. Okay, the West Pakistan, which is Pakistan today, tried to impose Urdu on the East Pakistan, which is the Bangladesh today. So because of this, there was a retaliation and there was a huge protest in the year 1971, which was led by Awami League and Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, who is called as the father of Bangladesh. So India helped Bangladesh in this 1971 and India fought with Bangladesh and helped in the liberation of Bangladesh. See, I'm not telling the language is the only reason, but language played the role of a catalyst here. So the second thing is a civil war in Sri Lanka between the Sinhala speaking original inhabitants and the Tamilians who got migrated to Sri Lanka during the colonial time. And this resulted in the civil war of Sri Lanka, which led to the formation of LTTE, Liberation Tigers of Tamil Eelam, which was led by the leader of LTTE, that is Velupillai Prabhakaran. And we all know that this intervention of India in the civil war of Sri Lanka, which was happening between the Tamils and minority Tamils and the majority Sinhalas in Sri Lanka, was responsible for the death of our former Prime Minister, that is Rajiv Gandhi. The third one is the Assam crisis, which is still ongoing. Assam Accord, which was signed in the year 1985, which is the source of our NRC today, National Registrar of Citizens, that is happening in Assam. So in Assam, the issue was between the Bengali speaking, the illegal migrants from Bangladesh entering the borders of Assam as refugees. So the people who migrated settled in Assam and they started the majority Bengali conversations, and the Assamese thought their identity is being lost, and the Assamese speaking people in Assam would become minority in their own state. So this was the reason for the Assam crisis, which resulted in the Assam Accord of 1985. So wherever something, these three things indicate that wherever there is a threat for language, people will protest and there will be a violent protest. And in the same way, here the non-Hindi speaking belt, that is the Dravidian states led by the Tamil Nadu. See, even Tamil Nadu, there was an issue with respect to anti-NEET bill also. The Tamil Nadu people did not accept the NEET, national level entrance examination for medicine. So in this scenario, imposing Hindi on the non-Hindi speaking belt is a dangerous move for the unity and the integrity of India. That is what has this Tamil Nadu chief minister has to say. Okay. But the counter by the central government, that to the home minister, is that Hindi should be accepted as an alternative, not for the English and not for the native language. If at all a central government is asserting on the use of Hindi, that is not to replace the local language, but that is to replace the English, that's a foreign language, to decolonize the colonial mindset, and to wash away the legacy of colonialism. Hindi has to replace English as a bridge between the non-Hindi speaking and the Hindi speaking state, and also between the union government and the state government. Okay. Why Hindi should not be considered as the official language? We can say here, we can't just go with the numbers. Okay, just when we saw that 44% of the people claimed that Hindi is their mother tongue, we just can't go with the names. What probably tomorrow or 10 years down the line, what if one of the South Indian languages will have the numerical majority? And can you claim that just because of the numerical majority, that particular South Indian language should be called as an official language? No, that can't be done. So what if one of the South Indian languages becomes the majority? This is the first argument. Second argument is that, see, federalism is a basic structure of the constitution. According to the 1973 Keshwananda Bharati case, federalism is a basic structure of the constitution. And the Linguistic Reorganization of States, State Reorganization Committee in the year 1956 said that there will be linguistic reorganization of the states in India, and this linguistic reorganization of the states is very much integral to protect Indian federalism. If at all there is a violation of this linguistic reorganization of states, then this is considered to be the violation of federalism, and violation of federalism is the violation of the basic structure. Okay, so when we talk about the political aspect also, this is not viable. Imposition of the Hindi will be a violation of the basic structure of the constitution. That's all for today. If you have liked the video, share it with your friends. For more such enriching content, please subscribe to Legacy IAS Academy. Have a nice day. Thank you.